It was 1987, and the Rebbe said to a young couple, "Go forth from your land, your birthplace, and your father's home, Brooklyn, to the land that I will show you, a land flowing with grits and moonshine." Well, let's just say that things did not get off to a great start. We were encouraged early on to meet with a man named Lee Baker. I just launched right into my full-blown Chabad Shliach plan. I was going to build a day school, and we were going to have a mikveh, and we were going to build Jewish classes and adult education and camps and the whole thing. He gently raised his hand to stop me, and he asked me, "Rabbi, have you unpacked?" And he said, "Rabbi, don't unpack. You've come to the wrong place. This is not Brooklyn. What you want to do, it's not going to happen here." Okay, that went well. Undeterred, Chabad of South Carolina was still determined to bring its message of light and Jewish pride to the community, and with the guidance and support of such leaders as Senator Isidore Lurie and Sam Tannenbaum, John Baker, and others, Chabad sponsored the first public menorah lighting at Columbia Mall. From small seedlings come great orchards. The Learning Garden was established to share the beauty, warmth, and joy of Jewish life with the youngest members of the community, with Morachavi tending the garden. As the seeds began to sprout, more gardeners were needed. Rabbi Meir and Shandel Muller made their way south. Starting from their small apartment in Meredith Square, their efforts would begin to flourish in unimaginable ways. With the Muller's efforts, Camp Gan Israel of South Carolina joined the ranks of the largest Jewish camping network in the world. Jewish teen community service projects and learning sessions started to take shape, and that's when the fun really began. It was the summer of '92, and the Jewish preschoolers of Columbia needed a place to learn. With some last-minute efforts, some very brave parents, and 8 very cute children, the Columbia Jewish Day School was born. It is said that success has many parents, and this was true of the Columbia Jewish Day School, with dedicated board members, donors, staff, and parents. The school began to grow at an alarming rate, and so did the budget. Auction anybody? Going once, twice, sold. And who better to serve as the auctioneer than the greatest showman ever? And so was born a love story, Shep and Joni Cutler, and the children of what was to become the Cutler Jewish Day School. Truly Basher, to Shidduch, a match made in heaven. As the school grew, so did the responsibility to provide excellent education. Rabbi Meir soon became Dr. Rabbi Meir. Oy, such nachas, and oy, such hard work. But eventually, Cutler Jewish Day School had the only rabbi in the U.S. with a doctorate in early childhood education. With over 100 students enrolled, it was time for expansion. Under the guidance of the school board and the support of the community, 10,000 square feet of space were added to accommodate what would eventually become 165 students. Though not with us in body, the man whose dream had been fulfilled surely smiled down on us from his place in heaven. As Shep Cutler's legacy lived on in the school, so too Senator Lurie's lived on in many ways, one of which is the annual lighting of the Isidore E. Lurie Menorah at the State House, directed by his son Joel, and now Representative Beth Bernstein. As the garden continued to flourish, the time came for many more gardeners. Rabbi Levi and Dvorah Maris hitched up their wagons, headed south to bring their own brand of outreach, education, and warmth that would soon revolutionize Chabad activities in Columbia. Just when you thought Hanukkah in Columbia couldn't get any brighter, it did. With more Jews in Home Depot than ever, menorah parades on the streets of Columbia and the public libraries, it seemed like every possible location for a menorah was taken. After several years off, the campers at Camp Gan Israel returned to a whirlwind of activities. Under the direction of Rabbi Levi and Dvorah, the camp rocketed to new heights of enrollment, quality, staff, location, programs, and Jewish pride. But Jewish pride is not just for children. When over 100 women and girls gathered to celebrate the mitzvah of challah baking and hear from world-renowned Jewish women speakers, it's easy to see the pride on these faces. For these adult learners, Jewish Learning Institute and Rosh Chodesh Society are an amazing opportunity to delve deeply into wisdom of the Torah. Chabad and the Aleph Institute of Miami soon formed a partnership to service Jewish men and women serving our country at home and abroad. The Army Chaplain School soon moved to Fort Jackson, and Chabad began running services on Sunday mornings at the fort. A new shidduch was made. The Aleph Institute and Chabad joined resources to buy a blockbuster and develop it into the Chabad Aleph House. Thanks to the commitment of the community, the property was renovated and made into a home for Chabad activities. But something was missing. Oh, right, the largest menorah in the Southeast. Well, no problem. With John Lowsky, Fred Seidenberg, David Zalesny, and Bernard Amato, the problem was quickly solved. So the Chabad Aleph House became home to events like the Maccabees concert, Purim, menorah lightings, holiday and Shabbat dinners, and to the Siegel family Torah, a gift from the Lowsky family. Great progress, but we were far from satisfied. In 2015, the Rohr Chabad House at the University of South Carolina opened its doors with Rabbi Sruli and Shalomit at the helm. The Jewish students at USC were about to find a home away from home, a place to gather for Shabbat and holiday meals, home to another Lowsky family Torah, kosher meals at the Russell House, and a safe place for students to be openly Jewish, proud, with no judgment or exclusion. And the food was out of this world. In due course, the Cutler Jewish Day School would welcome to its already award-winning staff, Rabbi Herschel and Pesha Spalter, Rabbi Mendy and Mushka Drihem, all bringing their own unique style of educating the community's children at Cutler with their warmth, compassion, and care, making them an instant success with the children and the community. Together, they strengthened the already amazing team of educators and community builders to meet the growing needs for Jewish children in Columbia. Okay, but what about a black Jewish rapper to bring the whole community together for a grand Lag BaOmer concert? Dr. David? Yeah, we can do that too. 35 years have flown by, and the results are nothing short of miraculous. Tonight we gather not only to recognize the past, but to plan for the future. You have been with us from the start and helped us to get to this place in time. Tonight, we start to create a legacy. Your legacy. The legacy of a Jewish future for the next generation and generations to come.